Or rather, me. Through the night, we argued. I trusted Colt through so much, but I couldn't leave him to Threepwood. Colt was strong, but even I knew he wouldn't allow his body to be used for experiments, and the only thing stopping him at this moment was me. I knew there had to be a way, a safe way for Colt to come with me. I was begging him to let me tie him up so that he couldn't do any harm, but he knew as well as I he could get out of any knot I could make. Even if he couldn't, Threepwood would eventually take over and get to me one way or another. But still, I knew I just would not leave him. Just then, the door opened. It was Threepwood and Jasper. "Nice try, Colt, but I do believe you have something for me. Surely you didn't think I wouldn't miss the key now, did you? In fact, I was rather curious when I saw you take it. That was very sly, but also just the same naughty, Colt. Now give it back. It will do you no good. The key is connected to Jasper here wirelessly. He has to be the one to agree to open the door. It wouldn't work for just anyone. As smart as you are, I'm shocked you didn't think this through. But then again, you both are desperate to get out of here, aren't you?" I looked to Threepwood. "I do have a question for you." "Then ask away, my dear." "The letter we received? The invite?" He clarified. "Yes, the invite said to celebrate an event. If I'm not mistaken, that has already taken place, and now we wish to leave." Threepwood's demeanor changed, followed by a smile. "Ah, you're a smart one, you are. You know the rules very well. You must know, for all intents and purposes, my older brother's programming. You could say that. I would be considered rather young to him. I was not the first to run this town. You know, but the other one, well, I took my place is all I will say about that. Nevertheless, you have impressed me." "Then can we go, then?" Dr. Threepwood put his head down. "I was hoping we could play a little longer, but I don't suppose I could talk you into it." Colt had been quiet till now. "Try me. Now see, Colt, your mouth is going to get you in trouble. You should let your lady act in your best interest." My head turned to Colt. He needed to be quiet, but I knew his reasoning. But I had mine to keep him alive. "A man handles his business, and my business isn't done with you." Threepwood sighed. Yes, I know you want to kill me, blah, blah, blah. That's the gist of it." Threepwood looked to Colt, making a clicking sound in his cheek. "All right, what if I were to give you that chance? I know you don't want to leave here the way you are. Clearly, it wouldn't be safe back in your camp. Not that it is now, to begin with. What do you have in mind?" Colt stood firm as Threepwood explained. "A battle of 3. We shall go to the zoo. I shall pick 3 of my pets to fight you. If you can defeat all 3, I'll allow you to kill me." Colt put his hands on the bars. "What about Henry?" "You can have him back. After all, if I'm dead, what use is he himself dead? After all, he's more of my brother's type of pet, but you humans are too talkative to me. I'd rather go for the purity force of nature." "Then if the contract will be written and agreed upon, I will sign it. Now then, Colt, you haven't heard my expectations. Before I take the time to write one up," Colt hissed, "I know what you want." "Oh, do you? So you are willing to sign a piece of paper without full acknowledgement? You best let the lady handle this." I began to speak again. "So what do you want, just to clarify?" Threepwood looked to me. "Nothing that I really don't already have. I want Colt here to be my stallion, to create a new herd full of his children, to give me a supply of bodies and warrior beasts. That's all I really need. And one last thing." "Yes?" "Your death. Unlike my fool of a brother wanting to keep you golden bloods around to keep his works running, I have no need of you. With my medical expertise, I have found other ways around you golden bloods. And I'm not under the same contract of unicorns like Brother Dearest. Look where it got him, and it may be true I am under my own contract of no killing, but there are ways around that when push comes to shove. After the birth of your child, I want your death. After all, I'm not an animal after all." "What?" I said, shocked. "Well, after all, why would I want to keep you around, the one that has the most possibility of stopping me? Don't get me wrong, you're a sweet child, but you're just too dangerous to stay about." "That is true." I let out a sigh. "No," Colt said firmly. "Now stop interrupting, Colt, or I shall make you. I'm not asking for much, and this, I promise you, will be the closest chance you will have to kill me. You both will sign, or I will let you both go, and we all know what that means, Vida, for Colt. Is that what you really want?" I looked to Threepwood. "Of course not. Threepwood opened Henry's jacket pocket, pulling out a piece of paper folded up, as well as a pen from another front pocket. Then it's agreed. Conveniently, I had a contract made up ahead of time. No, Colt said again. Threepwood rolled his eyes. Again with the interrupting. I'll have to sew your mouth up after you're mine. I cannot stand interruptions. So it's agreed? No, Colt said again, but Threepwood entered Colt. Jasper handed the paper to him through the bars, signing the paper for Colt himself. He laid the paper down on the desk. Best sign quickly, dear. This one is a fighter. Don't worry, there are no tricks hidden. I don't need them. I stalled. I began to read, but Threepwood was irritated. You best just sign. You know if he comes out, you won't have this choice. He would never let you sign this, and I cannot sign it for you. So what do you say, my dear? Shall you sign it? I took a deep breath. Without even looking, I signed my name next to Colt's. Very good. With that, he took the paper back in his hand. Giving it to Jasper, then he left Colt again, who was sweating profusely and unable to continue standing. Now then, I shall make the arrangements. Please make your way to the zoo. I know you know the way, and it is such a lovely walk. But I didn't sign. Colt looked to Threepwood. Perhaps not by your mind, but by your hand you did, and that's all I need. Jasper, let them out and show them the exit while I attend to things. After Threepwood left the room, Jasper opened the door as I helped Colt to his feet. Snowfeather, what are you thinking? He snapped at me, which he had never done before. As he continued, his words were angered, but I could feel it was coming from mostly fear. What did you want me to do, Colt? I looked to him. He grabbed my hands tightly, desperately. For you to run. You had a chance to escape. Why would you just choose death? I looked to his dull eyes. I couldn't leave. Why? He asked, wanting an answer, because I knew I was choosing a death if I left. Colt looked to me. He seemed shadowed. Your chances were better than this option. I'm not talking about me, Colt, I whispered under my breath. Colt let out a deep breath and stood there a moment with me in silence, not looking to my eyes as he finally continued. My life is not yours to worry for. I looked him dead in the eye. This time I snapped at him. And what was I supposed to do? We both know the moment I shut that door, you would have been dead by your own hand. This way we have a chance. I don't care what you say. Your life is just as much my responsibility as our children's. You are my husband, and believe it or not, I love you enough to not see you do something that's stupid. I spat out. He had taken a step back, looking to me oddly. Then he gave a familiar smirk, coming up to me, laying my head to his chest. I could hear his heart beating fast, slowly starting to slow. What are you smirking about? I grumbled. I could tell he was shaking his head. My Snowfeather, I am so lucky to have you, is all he said, which somewhat irritated me more. Then he was squeezing to my hair as I spoke out. You better fight hard, he whispered, like our lives depend on it. Jasper, this whole time, was just looking to us, seeming puzzled, holding the door open. I looked to him. Sorry about that, Jasper. We are ready now. He just blinked and turned, and started walking us through halls of doors he had to unlock with a key. It seemed like we were slightly going downhill, and the clean tiles were turning to cobblestone. It was very quiet. The stench was horrible. We could start to feel the wind and some natural light. Jasper took in a deep breath. It was the first time he seemed comfortable. Being part wild animal, he probably hated to be inside. He took us to a room carved from stone. There would be no breaking out of this. The only door was a thick, tall wood door. In the corner were weapons like knives and spears, nothing too large or sturdy. You can pick what you wish, as much or less as you like, Jasper said. In a strained, deep voice, so you can talk. Jasper spoke deep. When doctor allows it or doctor not around. Doctor's always around. Yes, I know what you mean. Thank you, Jasper. Jasper whispered. If you kill me, you could go. Probably caught again, though. He seemed disappointed. Colt looked to him, as did I. We won't do that. It would just break the contract. He snorted. Just paper. We couldn't tell if this was just a trick. Thank you for all you've done, Jasper. I hope he isn't too hard on you. I looked to him. Jasper opened his arms and looked up and down his body with a smile he managed. His body was so sewn together and rotting at the same time. His smell was very overwhelming, but he turned and left. Shutting the other door behind him. Door opens, no talk back, just fight. We'll be strong, we'll be big, we'll be death. Well, isn't he rays of sunshine and hope? I whispered as Colt looked to the weapons kicking at the stand. Not much here of any use. The wood's rotted, the metal's soft or rusted. I looked at the items. Look there at that dagger. What is it? Colt looked to it. It's a rock that's very sharp. The problem is it is super brittle. You might get one hit in if you're lucky. You have to know when to use it. Spears are good for keeping things at a distance and going deep, but can be a problem retrieving if it gets stuck. Axes, same issues. Swords too heavy will make you more tired. He looked about some more. Well, this should be useful. He turned, showing a golden jeweled handle knife. Good balance, good weight, decent enough strength. This I can manage. I will take the stone one as well as a one-strike kill if I see an opening. You stay here and use this. He handed me a stick. A stick! Colt held it in my hands. It's more than just that. It's a slingshot. You put a rock in it like this, pull back, and fire. He showed me how to do this, and there was some time to practice. Snowfeather, you stay here. If something happens to me, keep fighting to get out. Don't stop. And you do the same. He can't kill you. He needs you. I said to him, he doesn't have to have me in the best shape for what he wants. I was quiet. Just then I heard a sound like that at the theme park. It was music that you normally heard clowns come to. Theatrics. Colt gritted his teeth, holding to my hair. He kissed the top of my head. The door opened. It had to be noon by now. As the door opened, dust rolled in. Colt ran to the doorway, waiting to see what would come. He made his way out into the light, and I followed behind Colt, nearly blinded by the dust and light. He kept his guard up. He could hear Threepwood talking. He was in the stands. We were in a very small stadium. Ah, hello there, Colt. I can see you're in your place of comfort, hunting. Wonderful. This first beast isn't my strongest, but my biggest. She's a lovely. I call her Loxiforms. Gentle thing, disappointing really, but one is always evolving to greater things, so I won't be too heartbroken if you kill her. My question is, whose life is the most important here? The door on the other side of the arena opened out. Slowly walked a large white elephant that had stranger skin than an elephant I had seen. It had feathers covering its body, all white. The eyes were that of an owl, so large. The elephant's ears like wings, two large tusks black as tar. A long white trunk with a bird's beak at the end of it. The feet of an elephant, but with sharp black talons. It slowly walked out, swaying back and forth to the middle of the arena, where it stopped in front of Colt, putting its trunk out curiously. We had worked with elephants taking down Harlt's theme park, so Colt could read them well enough. As it slightly screeched and rumbled, checking Colt out, Colt allowed it. Colt looked for me to come out. Why had the plan changed? But I dare not question Colt right now. As I walked to join him, he looked up to Threepwood in Henry's body, Jasper standing to his side. What is this place? Threepwood laughed. What, my brother didn't have one of these? This is where we held the games back in my day. Sometimes animals, sometimes humans, sometimes both, to see who was the strongest among them, those silly humans and animals. I only had to offer free cosmetic surgeries, and they would fight for a vial of Botox to the death. It made for great entertainment. By now, I had joined Colt. You ready? Just like at home, he asked. Then I knew what he meant, but could he pull it off? Colt held to my side tight. Tough, tough, he spoke out. The elephant instinctively put up its leg, helping us onto its back. As we hopped on, this felt so weird. What are you doing? Threepwood amusingly asked, crossing his arms. Just giving us our best chance. And how did you know the command, if you don't mind me asking? Colt stayed silent. Threepwood smiled. They told me you were a quiet one, not easily giving up your secrets. I like that in you. Makes you more fun to play with. So what now, Colt? Are you going to break down the door, charge the stadium, charge at me? Colt looked to Threepwood. We all know that would break the contract, and it would be a free-for-all. Colt yelled out as Threepwood walked slightly back and forth, rubbing his chin. Well then, you know by the end of this, you will have to take down this girl to win, so let's see how interesting this gets. With a wave of his hand, you could hear something coming. But what was it? I held my breath as Colt moved. This owlephant to face it. The elephant did as it was told, but it also wanted to back up, then head forward. It took all commanding to get it to hold its place. What could confuse an elephant so badly? It was something so horrible, so hideous, as Threepwood began to talk. Oh, sure, I could have used saw-scaled vipers, but not nearly as gorgeous. As king cobras, don't you think I made the right choice? But what were we looking at? It was a lion's body. I could tell that much from the mane. The body, though, was like armored naturally somehow. All over the body were sewn-on cobras lashing outwardly. There had to be 50 of them. The head was that of a rat with 2 saber-like teeth, and 2 rat-like teeth, but big as a lion's. The hissing was awful with the spitting. Rethinking your choices, Colt? Threepwood laughed. Then it hit me. He was calculating we would choose to use the owlephant, and owls eat mice and snakes to draw us toward it.